If your team got guaranteed money, tell them call me.
Whoop. Make me say, my.
I done been around the world. Yeah, I was made for this.
Player Performance with J.A. Cavalier.
Welcome back to another episode of Player Performance. Sadly, the last episode of the regular season. But don't worry, it's all good. I'm going to be guiding you throughout the entire NFL playoffs, straight through the Super Bowl. Your guide in the NFL and all things NFL betting related. Guys, it's all good. Making money all season long. Smashed again last week. 9-1 weekend for members. You want in, link in the description below. I, of course, am J.A. Cavalier, your favorite capper's favorite capper. We're going to get to every single play that matters this week. Games that don't matter, I'm not touching. I don't bet games that have nothing, or teams that have nothing to play for. If a team has more to win by losing, I have no interest. And you can't really gauge the temperature in the room or what these guys want to do on the field or how they're going to handle, how they're going to look for a game, how long the starter's going to play. You just can't do it. So I'm not going to do it. And I'm not going to attempt to do it. And the other assholes on YouTube attempting to do it, that's what they are. They're just assholes. These guys are square as fuck, claiming to be sharp. You know those fake sharps. You know the guys. You know the guys with blue check mark. You know the guys. You know them. I know them. You know them. All right, go ahead, smash the like button. Appreciation, always appreciated. New to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Here we go. NFL Week 18. All the games that matter. Only the games that matter. We're going to get you set up here for the weekend. Give you all the information you need to beat the books. Hopefully making you a smarter player along the way. Get started right now. So Baltimore is laying 20. The total's now at 42.5. This one opened up at 17.5, and I do agree with the movement. It moved 2.5 points, which is kind of goofy. I thought it was a little bit higher, 17.5. Now it's up to 20. Look, we all know Baltimore wins, right? They're going to win this game. They win the AFC North, and that's what's happening. They're not going to lose this game. But you know me, I can never justify a spread this big. But they are one thing. They're great in the first half, right? So I'm going to take Baltimore in the first quarter. If and only under 7. I'm not going to lay more than a touchdown in the first quarter. That would just be silly. But you catch this under 7, and I quoted at 4.5. I played it again at 5.5. So Baltimore first quarter, laying 4.5 or 5.5, all good. I'm also going to look to the first half. I'm seeing 9.5 juice. So you're going to probably catch that at 10. If you can catch this under 10 at a reasonable price, I'm in. Browns are the worst first half team in the league, 4-11-1 against the spread in the first half. ROI negative 47% in the first quarter. Baltimore averages 8 points per quarter in the first quarter. Cleveland hasn't scored in the first in 3 straight. The plan here, get in, get out, early and often. Cleveland's 25th in scoring defense. Browns 9th worst passing yards per play. MVP also raced for Lamar, the best QBR, second most passing touchdowns, 852 rushing yards, which is just goofy. I think they're going to unload early, rest players in the second half. Give me the Ravens first quarter laying anything less than a 7, and in the first half laying anything less than 10. Although right now the 9.5 is juiced, at least on Hard Rock, so I'm not in love with that at minus 170. So probably just stick to a first quarter play. Oh, what I did do, and I'll do this for you guys for free, I actually played a prop in the first half, which is it's a total prop. It's Ravens over 1.5 touchdowns scored. So basically, if they get any type of touchdown in the first half, as long as they score 2 touchdowns in the first half, you win that bet. Whether it's offense or defense, special teams, doesn't make a difference. They score 2 touchdowns, you win that play. I think they'd probably cover that in the first quarter. Steelers versus the Bengals. Bengals are laying 2.5. The total here is at 48.5. So the playoff picture is pretty simple. Pittsburgh win, Ravens lost, Pittsburgh wins the North. But forget that. Let's assume the Ravens have already won by the time this game started, because that's reality. Bengals probably done regardless, but a win here, Denver loss, which is possible. Dolphins loss, also possible, and they're in. So you're saying there's a chance. But it all starts here. Baltimore plays first. They're going to win that game, which means Pittsburgh really has nothing to play for. Seeding, but I don't think it's that serious. What is serious? The Steelers are banged up. TJ Watt, Pickens. Steelers bye week was week 9. That's a lifetime ago. They're tired. Tomlin, he's going to rest his guys. The Bengals need this game like blood. They need this game like oxygen. Lose and the season ends. So this is pretty easy. I'm backing the better team, the better quarterback. I'm backing Joe Burrow. First in passing yards, first in touchdowns, second in QBR. Steelers 22nd against the pass, 24th in yards per completion, 22nd in sack percentage. Since he hung 38 on him last time out. The Steelers defense, nothing to play for. Bengals defense, only giving up 19 per the last 14 games. So there's been much improved there. Give me the Bengals. Give me the Bengals big. I'll take the Bengals money line. I'll lay 2.5 with the Bengals. I'll even take the Bengals team total over 23.5. Falcons versus the Panthers. Atlanta's laying 8, total here at 47.5. Falcons need to win, then they need Tampa to lose, and still, I like Carolina. I would probably take Carolina and lay the 8. Actually, I'm lying. But I would take the 8 with Carolina if Chuba Herbert wasn't hurt. But again, he is. Still, this is a Bryce Young game. If he goes out, plays well, if he keeps Carolina even close, the offense rolling, Panthers probably don't draft his replacement. For that reason, I'm on the over here. Panthers have gone over in 7 of 10, including 3 straight. Young, 12 touchdowns, 6 picks since his return. 2 straight games QBR over 100. Atlanta knows what's on the line. They know what's at stake. If they don't show up, they go home. Penix has breathed a little bit of new life into this team, 34 and 24 back-to-back weeks. If they had coup, they may have beat Washington last week. Thankfully for yours truly, because I had 20 dimes in a parlay, which included Washington, that they didn't have to, and Washington ends up winning that game. Look, even if Young plays well, Carolina's defense won't. 32nd in scoring, 32nd in yards, 10th worst in EPA per play, 58 points. That's right, 58 points. 58 was the amount of points that were scored in the first meeting between these two. You leave it all out there on the field in week 18. I see more of the same here. Shootout on the way. Only way I can look is up and over the posted total.
J.A. Cavalier's Pro Football Triple Crown. 3 NFL games for this Sunday. 3 straight, 3 two-team parlays, 1 week, $99. His Pro Football Triple Crown must go 3-0 or the entire NFL season is free. J.A. Cavalier's Pro Football Triple Crown. Link in the description below. Click the link now and jump on the money train.
Cowboys at the Commanders. Washington here is laying 4.5, 5.5, depending on the market you shop at. Total is pretty set at 44. This seems like a minor game, but it's not. It has huge implications for Washington. Seeding is big here. If they win, they're probably going to get to face Tampa or LA. If they lose, they have to face division rivals Philly. You want Tampa. You want the Rams. I'm backing the unit I trust, so I'm backing the Commanders' offense. I'm backing their team total over. But there's a spot I like maybe even a little bit more, and that's the rookie. I'm backing Jaden Daniels over 21.5 completions. He's gone for this number in 9 of 16 games. It's hit in 6 straight. Hasn't had less than 24 last 5 games. Completion percentage has been insane all season long. 6th best in the league, and for a rookie, that's ridiculous. Dallas, weak pass defense, nothing to play for. Diggs out for the season. Dallin got pimped by Philly last week, and now is Kenny Pickett. And then Tanner McKee came in, and he ate him up. Oh yeah, this is also a revenge spot. Would it mean anything if the game meant nothing? But it does. So it does, especially for a division revenge game. Love Washington in this spot. Love Jaden Daniels even more. The Bears versus Packers. Packers laying anywhere from 8.5 to 10, total at 40.5. Look, these lines aren't just as universal. They're pretty much jumping around everywhere. So it's your market is really going to dictate your number. And for me, this is pretty much a totally wait and see game. If Washington wins, this game pretty much becomes pointless. Well, pointless for the most part for Green Bay. If Washington loses, Green Bay moves up a seed. I would take Green Bay huge, but only in the first half. You can get that under a touchdown right now. Green Bay is 9-7 ATS in the first half. We know how bad the Bears are. Franchise may be the worst in the league. Okay, Jets, but then the Bears. So Chicago's offense also trash. Regret all their bad decisions. Caleb Williams, DJ Moore. Same team that allowed Montgomery to bounce, right? All that fails in comparison to how bad they are out the gate. 4-11-1 against the spread, tied for the worst in the league. They've scored 17 points in their last 5 first halves. 3 of those scoreless. Packers have the best first quarter defense, allowing 2.1 points per first quarter. 6th best scoring defense, 16 yards allowed. Hammer the Packers early, hammer the Packers often. Play them in the first quarter, first half, but that's it. Bucs versus Saints. Bucs laying 13-14. I've seen this line jumping around everywhere. Total at 43.5. Look, guys, make no mistake. This is absolutely Tampa's game. I'd lay the 13.5, 14. I think it's going to be a bloodbath. 13 is a little big, though. It's a little bit too much for me personally to lay. I will, however, lean to a team total. They put up 48 last week. We cashed a big ticket with them. They put up 40 on the Chargers the week prior. In the first meeting this year, they hung 51 on New Orleans. That's a 50 burger. Saints defense, worse than the NFL. They've allowed 20 plus last 2 weeks. One of those against Vegas, 30th in yards allowed. Bucky Irving has arrived. Look, if not for the year that Jaden Daniels is having, Bucky Irving is probably your ROI. So he's going to feast, and he's going to feast here this week. He's going to feast against the team that has the 30th rushing defense in the league, 3rd worst EPA per rush. Tampa's going to score. Tampa will score often. If you want more spice, take a Mike Evans prop as well. Needs 85 to hit 1,000 yards. We all know the streak. Baker's going to feed him. So give me Tampa. Give me the Tampa team total over, and give me Mike Evans over 85 receiving yards. That's right.
Tell me what you gonna do now. Keep rolling.
Chiefs at the Broncos. Denver's laying 10.5. The total here is at 38.5. So this line opened up at 8.5, immediately jumped to 10. Now it's at 10.5. It's pretty simple for Denver. Win and in. But, and you guys know, anything said before the word but is bullshit. In what fucking world does Bo Nix justify laying 10.5 points? 10.5 against the Chiefs. It might be the backups, but Carson Wentz isn't some scrub. And if someone's going to elevate a quarterback, it's going to be Andy Reid. And by the way, Bo Nix has been rough in these spots, both at Auburn and at Oregon. Last year, they lost to Washington twice, and we're talking about UW, the University of Washington. Both games were in hand, but time and time again, when Bo had a chance to put the game away, he came up short. And let's not forget, Broncos have lost 2 straight. Defense has given up 34 and 30. Unit pretty fucking gassed at this point. Plenty of guys wanting to prove themselves and prove their worth for KC. Hollywood Brown pretty much missed the entire season. He's going to get run. Isaiah Pacheco outdone by Kareem Hunt. So they're going to come in and running angry. Those guys have shit to prove. KC isn't just going to hand over the keys. Chiefs have won 9 of 10 in this series. You're expecting them to lose this game? Okay, but you're expecting them to lose this game by double digits? Don't see it. Give me KC plus the points. Chargers versus the Raiders. The Chargers here are laying 5. The total here is at 41.5. So today's like a big, well, this weekend actually is like a big game of dominoes, right? You always need that first domino to fall right for the second, for the third. So basically, I'm just trying to give you guys how I see these dominoes falling. Now, I expect the Steelers to lose, which means LA can leapfrog them. Difference would be facing Houston rather than facing Baltimore. So yeah, it's going to matter to the Chargers. So obviously I like the Chargers in this spot. You guys know my rule. I don't play or lay money on a team that has more to win by losing. But again, this is only if Pittsburgh loses. If they do, unload on the Bolts. Full game and first half. We crushed them first half last week, 29, no doubt route. They put up 20 in the first half, 40 total for the game. Raiders are pretty much cooked. These guys are booking tee times. Raiders offense won't move the ball. 25th in yards, 28th in scoring, facing the best scoring defense in the league, giving up 17 points a game. Harbaugh, pretty intense dude, right? Wants his guys to compete. In year one, you know what he wants. He wants that 11th win. That's a statement. He's putting the AFC West and the Kansas City Chiefs on notice. Give me the Chargers early. Give me the Chargers often, first half and full game. Vikings versus the Lions, NFC North, and the number one seed in play here. Detroit laying 3, total at 57.5. When the NFL sets a schedule, this is their dream scenario. Division rivals, fighting for the division, fighting for the top spot. So what's the bet? I'm targeting the total. Look, the total jumped from 52 to 57. And yeah, I get it. The Niners scored a ton of points last week. The starters were in while they were scoring. But that game meant nothing. Those stops were not important. 57-point cushion is crazy, especially in a division game with this much on the line. Winner gets a bye week. Winner gets the top spot. So you know Flores is coming out. He's going to be in his bag. Campbell's going to be on the sideline biting off kneecaps. Troops ready. Just take the under. It's a matchup of the 4th and the 9th scoring defenses. I am on the under. Look, I get it. It's not sexy. It's not pretty. The spotlight game, national television, everything on the line. Everybody's going to want points. I don't see it that way. I see this playing out much like the Rams Lions did last season, where it was kind of back and forth, but it was still low scoring. That means a couple turnovers here and there, keeps teams and prevents teams from scoring points. I'm on the under in this spot. I get it. All the talking heads on YouTube, all cappers, all the fake sharps pretending to be sharp. You know, they're not really sharp, but are they sharp? You know, found a pencil, all of a sudden they call themselves sharp. They're all going to be on the fucking over. But I don't see it that way. I see this as a rock fight. I see this as a defensive battle. I see this as two head coaches that really want to smack each other in the mouth, coming out here and putting it together. A lot of work being done on the ground. Gibbs is going to eat. You might want to look at some Gibbs props. Jones is probably going to eat. Look at some Jones props. I see more on the ground than I see through the air. This is going to be an exciting one to watch. Grab your popcorn, but I don't think there's going to be a ton of points in this game. Give me the under the posted total.
J.A. Cavaliers Pro Football Triple Crown. 3 NFL games for this Sunday. 3 straight, 3 two-team parlays, 1 week, $99. His Pro Football Triple Crown must go 3-0 or the entire NFL season is free. J.A. Cavaliers Pro Football Triple Crown. Link in the description below. Click the link now and jump on the money train.
That's right, guys. Get to whitelose.com. That's a little YLOSE.com. Free picks, stats, trends, scores, odds, and more. You can get more free picks from yours truly, your favorite capper's favorite capper. You can also get free picks from Prop Master Luke Shuey, Coach Rick Bowe. He is crushing college basketball. Make sure you get to whitelose.com/coach. Absolutely crushing college basketball. Les Victori, he's our NHL capper. Neil McDonald for soccer. Punchy, of course, for combat sports. And the new addition starting this week, Sharky. Welcome back, Shark. Shark is going to be a Why Lose capper, an exclusive Why Lose capper. Guys, that's it for me, NFL Week 18. We're going to see you guys back here next week as we take care of the wild card weekend for you. Until then, remember, bet with your heads, not above them. Also remember, yesterday's a memory. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. You're here now. You're alive. Let's make it count.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation.